How's it going?
Good, you?
I'm okay.
That's good.
We got Wap and Ty last week, and I kind of asked them this. I know last year you started and you played quite a bit, and you practiced with them, and that Michigan State game you had a real connection with Wap. But with the stops and starts this year, how's the chemistry kind of maybe rejuvenated itself? I mean, do you feel like you guys are on a pretty good rhythm right now, or do you think it may take a game or two to kind of really get to where you want to be?
No, of course. I feel like we stayed connected all throughout the summer, so we never fell off. We made sure that's something that we stayed on top of. So we always worked out together, make sure we got throws in to just keep that connection. So I feel like we're gonna spark it up early.
All right, Bob, then Zach.
Yeah, Mike, take you back a couple of years. You had opportunities to go to Florida State, Oregon, some other big national names. Why did you ultimately end up coming to Indiana?
Just because of the family feel, just the atmosphere. When I came on campus, I felt like a lot of love. I just felt the energy here that was just unmatched. It was just a lot of guys that I saw that was working hard, to be where they want to be, which is, great. I seen a lot of people combining together, building relationships. It was just a strong relationship and family. And then like the fans, the fans here, they're great. They're at the games for us cheering. So, just the whole atmosphere. And then Coach Allen, the way he bought in to this program and as much as he put in, I really trusted and believed everything that he talked about and that he's working on. I feel like this team is dedicated and we have a lot of drive to make sure that we go out and be successful.
Great. Thank you.
All right, Zach, then Tom. Brew.
Mike, sorry, this is kind of one of those sort of deep thoughts questions, but you talked a lot last offseason, especially knowing when you were coming in as kind of QB1 as you got healthy, about wanting to become more vocal, wanting to be more of a leader, but then you lose all of spring practice where I imagine a lot of that process would kind of happen naturally. Has that maybe changed anything about your approach since you guys restarted in terms of saying, hey, I need to really emphasize, kind of stepping into that leadership role and really kind of being more vocal, more sort of front of the line for my teammates? Or is it just something that, again, you let, I guess, maybe just kind of happen organically, I suppose?
No, I feel like just being off that summer, I feel like I look at it as like a test. I feel like, communication on the field, telling the guys what to do, just the simple things, that comes natural, that just comes from knowing the plays. But I feel like with us being away from each other, communicate and make sure that people are still doing what they need to do whenever you don't have to. I feel like that really, I really showed, like, I showed myself that I can be a leader in that aspect. As, I always talk to the guys, I always try to get them to come out, just being away from each other, it was hard, but we made sure we found ways to be able to get together and connect. So I feel like that part of like the leadership aspect, that really like stood out, definitely. And that was not just me, but a lot of guys on the team, a lot of guys show a lot of leadership whenever we were going through adversity, but we never fell off.
All right, Tom, and then John.
Mike, I know you love watching film, either by yourself or with the coaches and such, and learning a lot from that. I think I've never asked you, though, and I'm curious about it, especially obviously with this being Penn State week. When you watch films of games last year that Peyton played in, what do you learn from that? I mean, you guys kind of always thought sort of the same way anyway, but do you still learn just as much from watching game film of when he was playing as you did like when you were in regards to making your decisions?
Of course, I mean, film is film. Defense is going to show you basically the same stuff. What they ran every week. Just watching film, even on Peyton, it didn't matter. We still ran the same plays. So like we still go over the film, and it's still a good resource. Peyton did a great job last year, so it was a lot of great film put out, and I feel like it was a lot to learn off of. That's even young guys now. They even the ones that weren't here. They come in, they watch it. Like you have to watch the film. That's what's going to get you ready for the game. So I feel like all film is much needed, and just the more you soak in, the more you learn. The more you'll be able to be prepared and go out and execute.
All right, John, then Kevin.
Mike, I talked to your quarterback coach back in Tampa, and he told me that you're just the calmest quarterback he's ever seen. That confidence, whether it's, your upbringing or your faith, where does that come from, would you say? And how much do you still have that, even despite all the things that have happened over the last year or so?
Um, I really can't tell you. Like, a lot of people ask me that too. Like, how am I so calm in like big situations? I really can't answer that. I just trust in my abilities and trust in my preparation. Just go out and perform every day. Just every day in practice. The way the scout team, they push the offense. So just the preparation that's put in, everything that's brought into whenever it comes to game time, the big moments. Just everything that's brought in. I just lean back on that preparation. And that just creates my confidence.
All right, Kevin and Jim.
Mike, how do you handle this season, wanting to go outside and maybe make a play with your legs when the pocket breaks down versus keeping yourself protected? And is there anything you've learned in the offseason as far as absorbing contact and absorbing hits?
Well, throughout the years, I learned that when you can get out, you need to get out. So I feel like just making a smart play, just making the smart plays will help me, be available for my team, So that's the main thing I want to focus on, just being there for my team, making the smart decisions, get down when I have to get down, scramble when I have to. But for me, I'm always keeping my eyes down the field when I scramble. So, but when I have to tuck it around, just make the smart plays, get out of bounds when I need to, basically.
All right, Jim Coyle.
Michael, you talked about confidence. How much confidence does it not only give you, but the entire offensive group when going into a game against Penn State that you have their complete respect? Everyone always likes to give lip service, but they've used words like dynamic in relating to this offense, and they're a top 10 team. How much confidence does that give you guys as a group, knowing that you have a top 10 team's total attention?
Oh, well, it's a lot of confidence, and that just comes from our preparation, just the hard work that we put in, just the way everybody buy in, day out. Last season we had a great season last season. We didn't finish how we wanted to, but I feel like it opened a lot of people's eyes and just let them know that like we're not just a team to look over. And I feel like the guys here, we look back at last year and look back at how we didn't finish. That's something that we're not like trying to let happen again this year. So I see a lot of people, playing with a chip on their shoulder, going out, performing real hard in practice, just straining to be great. So that brings us a lot of confidence, just knowing, we got people getting older. We had a young team, everybody's a year older now, just everybody knowing what to do and just being able to go out and just execute at a high level playing fast football.